this morning with the showers and thunderstorms that have moved in along a front, a weak front that's moving through, but a front nonetheless. And you can kind of see that outlined here a little bit. Now, these storms to the west, this is more of what I expected. I expected it to stay out that way. The National Weather Service pretty much outlined the same thing. But for our area, we had this outflow boundary that came through. That's what brought all those gusty winds to our area. And those storms developed behind that. We can actually put that into motion for you here. Let me see if I can get that, get a little bit further back. Go back about 30 frames. You can see that outflow boundary moving through. That's what blew up all of these storms, and you can see the fairly intense activity that was over Dallas County earlier this morning. That activity did produce a severe thunderstorm warning. For our area, though, it has stayed sub-severe, so below severe limits. What I'm going to be watching for is some of this activity. Now, there's a lot of clutter up here, so it's kind of hard to see, but I will be watching this activity from Venus and Midlothian on up through Arlington up to Keller. This kind of heavier rain that could train over the same areas could produce a bit of a flooding concern later this morning, and I want to see if this front continues to move southward. It was my expectation that it would move through, but if it's stationary, if it's slowing down and going to hang around a while, we might have to watch for more storms later today as well. Now, I will be at Waxahachie High School later this morning from 8 to 11 a.m. for their back to school, their Operation First Day of School event. And so from there, I may have to bring you an update or two, but for the moment, I think that this is only going to be around our area, maybe for, I would say, the next hour or so. It could be a while, and I'm not saying it's going to rain for a solid hour in your area. I'm just saying that I think we could have off and on activity for that next hour. And we have this outflow boundary that has continued to move through, mostly out of our area at this point. So that takes away some of that lift for our area. Now, I will show you, you can barely see it, but there are a couple of polygons here. Those are flood advisories. Dallas County has had plenty of rain here from this early activity, and then further to the west, south of Weatherford towards Grafford, Parker County on west, you can see that there's more persistent rain out there, so they have a flood advisory as well. So I'm going to continue to monitor this early this morning, and we will be watching to see if this will produce any kind of flooding problems for our particular area. I would say if anyone really has anything to be concerned about at this point, it would be possibly the Ferris area, but it looks like most of that activity has moved out. So I will continue to bring updates throughout the morning. Nothing severe going on right now. Could be some louder storms. We've had some lightning and thunder out there, but overall looks like things have largely calmed down. We do have some pockets of heavier rain out there and could have a few more showers and thunderstorms to come through, but I think most of the heavy activity this morning is out of here. Now, again, like I said, I'm going to be continuing to monitor the front, because if the front does continue to stall and hang out in our area, that could mean more storms are possible later this afternoon and evening. It looked like initially that front would move through and that would preclude any afternoon and evening storm chances, but we could be looking at changes coming to the forecast. So stay tuned. I will have all of those updates for you as we go through the rest of the morning and the rest of the day.